Hey guys,
Hey, you creeps.
this is a Tale of Two Dead Girls. I am Kayla,
I'm Michaela.
and this is our Morbid mini episode number 7.
7. Yeah, where we read
Yes,
your guys' stories if you email them to us.
yeah, we're running out, you guys.
Email us your stories, please. Literally any and all things spooky, true crime, weird, aliens, please.
Oh yeah, that'd be really tight. Also, I know we always say this, but if you have like weird nightmares or you sleepwalk or
Yeah.
something, just like send us what you had a nightmare of. Like, we love that shit.
I was telling somebody at work about like our podcast and how like I've been super into aliens or whatever, and how like I wanted to hear like more alien abduction stories, and they were like, I've been abducted by aliens twice. Like everyone's been abducted by aliens, and they like legitimately thought that every person has been abducted by aliens.
Interesting.
Yeah, like they couldn't even grasp that like that wasn't a thing.
That not getting abducted was a thing?
Yeah, they were like, then you just don't remember. Like everybody's been abducted.
What
I'm
the
like, okay.
fuck?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I was always terrified of getting abducted by aliens because I used to watch that one show like where they would like do reenactments, and it was like
Yeah.
I'm fucking sick, so if I cough, I'm not gonna cut that shit out because I'm tired of editing so much today. Or not today, but I'm sick. I don't want to do much, so whatever. But I used to watch that show where they had like real people that talk about their abduction
Oh
stories.
my God.
But I remember in one of the episodes they said that like aliens don't abduct Americans.
I don't believe that. I do not believe that.
They don't go to America. They like go to like different countries.
Why would
And
they do that though?
I I don't know. I was thinking like maybe it has to do with our government because like our government has
Our government hella knows about aliens.
like well they're
We're in communication with them. I'll bet money.
yeah, like that's the conspiracy or whatever it is that our government like has meetings like with the aliens or something. So,
Or like at least has alien life like hidden somewhere,
mhm.
prisoner on our earth.
Yeah, totally. So, you know, maybe aliens are just not allowed to abduct people here, but I don't know. That could be wrong. I watched that like maybe when I was 15, so yeah.
Today I watched the 1995 live Casper the Ghost, the one that's like Casper turns into like a boy for the dance.
Wait, the Casper meets Wendy.
No, it's just like, is it? I think it's just Casper the Friendly Ghost. Like it's just like
Wait for a dance?
it's not Wendy. Wendy's not in the movie. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like, have you've never seen it? There's like, okay, so
maybe not.
it's like about Casper lives in this like mansion, and then his three people like Stinky something, they have weird names, I don't know, and they're mean, but like the some
Oh
person like
yeah.
inherits the mansion and then like wants to tear it down, but there's ghosts in there and there's like a treasure, and then they hire this ghost therapist to like come in, and then like Casper's friendly but the other ghosts are mean, and that's what it's about pretty much.
I think I might have seen part of it, but never seen all of it. I think the only Casper thing I actually watched was Meets Wendy because that was my shit.
I love that Casper, like when I was like young and Casper turned into a real boy, I was like, damn, like I
I'm a
got a
real
crush.
boy.
Yeah. Like now watching it, I was like, dang, like this, I was so young when I watched this. Like my perspective is
Yeah.
so different now.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a couple of listener stories that we're gonna share.
Yeah.
Um, I also want to talk about a murder case that just happened not too long ago. I think it was either this past week or last week. And you might be familiar with it because I found it on Twitter and it's been all over the news and Twitter and everything. And I really want to talk about it because it's like super fucking fucked up. And I
I
think
haven't
everybody
heard
should
about
just know
it.
about it.
Just so
Yeah.
everybody knows,
So,
if you haven't heard about it, it's a surprise to me too. I have no idea, but I am excited.
yes. So Who should go first? I don't know. Any, mini, manu, ho,
Have safe hex, everybody.
hex. Yes.
I don't know. I guess I'll go first. Mine, okay, so one of the ones that I'm going to read. So last Morbid Mini number 6, we read some of Carlos's stories about the University of Laverne. And there was one left over that we hadn't read. So I'm going to read that one today. But there's also like a news article that goes along with it. So I guess I'm going to read the news article first because they put the news article first in like the order. So, it says, this is the title is Man Who Murdered 3 USC Film Students in 1978 dies on death row. So he murdered film students. A San Quentin inmate of death row, why can't I'm having a terrible time already.
Are you okay?
What am I doing? A San Quentin inmate on death row for the 1978 murder of 3 USC film students was found dead in his cell, state prison officials said Wednesday. David Leslie Murdishaw, 54, died Tuesday night of an apparent heart attack in his single-person cell, said officials with the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. The former Santa Fe Springs resident was on death row for multiple murders stemming from the fatal shootings of film students James Lee Henderson, Martha Bernice Soto, and Ingrid M. Atayo. I think it's Atayo. Lance Buffalo, Soto's husband and the lone survivor of the shooting, testified at Murdishaw's 1979 trial that he and fellow students were making a film in the Mojave Desert in Kern County when Murdishaw and another man asked them for a ride after their car had broken down.
Wait, Kern County is my fucking county.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what the heck?
That's so weird. Damn. But the group told the men that they could have a ride when they were finished filming in the late afternoon sunlight. The men walked away but later returned. Without warning, Murdishaw opened fire on the group with a rifle. Soto was hit in the head. Henderson and Ateo each were both shot several times in the stomach as they tried to grab Soto and drag her to the ground. Buffalo, who was wounded in the hand, ran from the scene and flagged down a passing motorist. They found a CHP officer and alerted him to the shooting. The officer accompanied Buffalo back to Highway 14, but it took more than 45 minutes to find the shooting scene because of darkness. Ballistic tests performed on 2 rifles found at the scene determined that only the gun belonging to Murdishaw had been fired, leading a judge to dismiss charges against Gregory Luffenberger, then 20 of Maywood. Where did Gregory come from? I think that's maybe the other guy in the group?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. But a jury found Murdishaw guilty. He was believed to be the first defendant tried after voters approved a measure in 1978 to revive the death penalty. Murdishaw had been on California's death row at San Quentin State Prison since May 1st, 1979. Since California reinstated the death penalty, 55 condemned inmates have died from natural causes. 19 have committed suicide, 13 were executed in state, and 1 was executed in Missouri, and 6 died from other causes. What are other causes? I need to know.
Like getting fucking beaten to death.
By like a fucking guard, probably. And they're like, other causes, guys. Wink, wink.
Crazy.
Anyways, what Carlos has to say is this is a story about Jim Henderson, who was also a theater major at the University of Laverne in the late 70s.
Fuck.
He was extremely loyal to the theater and devoted a lot of his own time and effort into building sets and making sure it was an enjoyable place for everybody. One day, Jim told classmates at the university that he was going out to the desert with some friends from USC to film a movie for a project. This group of college students headed to the desert on a Friday, and word got back to Jim's classmates the following Monday that he had been murdered along with 2 of the USC students he was with. For some reason, I really feel like I'm reading USC wrong every time, and it's like throwing me off. But
UFC.
I know, I'm like, what? The 2 men that murdered the students had approached the group asking for a ride. The group of young filmmakers agreed to give them a ride after they completed their project. However, they never did get to finish that project because the two men opened fire on them. One was shot in the head, and the other two, which includes Jim, were shot multiple times in the stomach. Soon after Jim's murder, strange things started to happen in the university theater. Like Gladys, Jim's ghost is also very benevolent. The theater professor at the university swears that Jim Henderson lives in the theater and that he and his students have seen Jim's ghost. One student reported that a hand reached over the catwalk and grabbed her just as she lost her balance and was about to fall.
Oh, no.
To this day, lights and power tools go off in the middle of the night. Ooh.
Damn.
That's so weird. Like, I think, like, if you died in the desert, why would you, like, go back and haunt your college? Like, maybe that's...
Because he loved it.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, rest in peace to those poor students. Like, I really don't understand what would cause somebody to just open fire on random children. They're not children, but young adults, I guess.
Yeah. That's some shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there's obviously, like, some underlying, like, shit that went down.
For sure.
Or, like,
and, like,
in his head.
I don't even know. Those people are crazy. I don't understand how that all worked out, or, like, that story, really. That news article kind of confused me. But I also was going to say that last time we read Carlos's stories, we mentioned that story about Gladys who fell down the stairs. I haven't posted that picture yet, but I totally will. I was just waiting until we, like, wrapped up the University of Laverne stories, I guess.
Okay. Well, thank you, Carlos, for sending that in.
Yes, you're the best, Carlos.
Yeah. All right. So this happens, can I find a date? I don't know if I could find a date. So I'm actually just gonna skim through an article and read some of it, because there is quite a little bit. But so a couple of days ago, it might have been a week ago, there was a 19-year-old woman, or, you know, young lady who was pregnant. Where was this? This was in Chicago, I believe. And
okay.
She was pregnant and she was murdered by some woman that she talked to on Facebook. And
oh my God.
Yeah, like, so on Facebook, she had arranged to meet up with this woman because this woman said she was going to give her, like, baby clothes or something.
Okay, I've heard a story, like, exactly like this, but maybe it's not the same story, but, like, it happened a long time ago. But
yeah,
no,
ahead. This is, like, recent. This is, like, last week. And she went missing and then she was found. So I think she went missing. But yeah, so the lady was suspected to have been the one to kill her. But poor thing, she was meeting up to get baby clothes for her unborn, you know, like, her baby was still in her stomach, you know, and she ended up fucking getting killed. Like, it was a trap.
Did the woman, like, take the baby? Like, what was her motive?
Okay, so first I'll just tell you what I know and then I'll read the article. So I know that the woman took the baby. They cut the baby out of her. And it was, like, I think something about dangling from the womb or something. And then like, a couple of hours after they killed the girl, the lady took the baby to the hospital and said that she just had the baby or something, and that at home, and that it was gonna die because it wasn't breathing or something like that. But
what?
But the people,
it's like, we can do an exam and know.
Yeah, so the people at the hospital were like, I think after some time they were just like, wait, this baby is not yours. You did not just give birth to it. And then I think they arrested her. So let me go ahead and read it. I'm reading this off of BuzzFeed News, and the title is, the pregnant Chicago woman killed for her baby was distracted with a photo album, prosecutors say.
Oh, that's so sad.
So the girl's name was Clarissa Figueroa, and oh, actually, I don't know if that was the victim's name or if that was the person who killed her. So it says, prosecutors say Clarissa Figueroa wanted to raise another child after her 20-year-old son died of natural causes. Okay, yeah, this is the girl that fucking killed her. Okay, yeah, so
God damn, Clarissa.
yeah, there the people. So there's pictures here too. So there's 3 people involved. There was Peter Boback, who is 40 years old, Clarissa Figueroa, who is 46, and Desiree Figueroa, who is 24. So they were probably all like a family.
Yeah.
Okay, so the mother and
Damn.
daughter accused of killing a pregnant 19-year-old in Chicago before cutting out her baby distracted her with a photo album in order to strangle her from behind.
Oh my God.
In an effort to convince a judge not to release the mother, 46-year-old Clarissa Figueroa and daughter 24-year-old Desiree Figueroa from custody, prosecutors on Friday detailed how the duo allegedly plotted to kill, I think it's Marlen, either Marlen or Marlene
Okay.
Ochoa-Lopez, who is 9 months pregnant. She was so close to
Oh
having her
my
baby.
God. That's insane.
So it says on April 23rd, the Figueroas allegedly lured Ochoa-Lopez. So I'm gonna call her Marlen because I think that's what it is. It's Marlen.
Yeah, I
So
think Marlon is right.
Marlen.
I
Okay,
would say
so
Marlon, yeah.
after they lured Marlen to their home, she got out of. So it was after high school. So she left her school and went straight to that woman's house, and she thought that the lady was going to give her free baby clothes and a stroller
Ugh.
that she had been offered. And it was in a Facebook group for pregnant mothers. When Marlen arrived, prosecutors say she was shown an album of photos of Clarissa's late son. That's when Clarissa
Oh.
snuck up on Marlen and allegedly attempted to strangle her from behind with a cord.
What in the world? Like, she's just like, grab this iPhone cord real quick. Like, let's get this.
Yeah, it says
It's terrible.
apparently Marlen was able to get her fingers between the cord and her neck, prompting Clarissa to yell at her daughter to help. Maybe, help strangle her.
Yeah.
Clarissa then climbed on top of Marlen and continued to strangle her for 4 to 5 minutes until they were sure she was dead.
What?
After the baby was cut out, Marlen's body was disposed of in a trash can behind the house. Clarissa then
Oh
called
my God.
911, claiming the baby she had just delivered herself was not breathing. The baby was taken to the hospital and is now in grave condition with 0 brain activity. Oh my God. Clarissa later set up a GoFundMe account claiming it was for her dying baby.
What in the world? It's like, of course your baby is having or not even your baby. Of course the baby's having problems because you took it out of its dying mother.
Yeah, fucking idiot. Ugh.
Ugh.
Police did not connect Marlen's disappearance with the 911 call until May 7th, when detectives were made
What?
aware of Clarissa's communication with the high schooler in the Facebook group. Detectives then conducted DNA tests that showed Marlen and her husband were actually the baby's parents. Sarah Walker, a spokesperson for Marlen's family, told the Associated Press. Okay, those findings led to the unraveling of the Figueroa's story after police obtained warrants to conduct searches and found evidence inside the home and Marlen's body in the trash can. Prosecutors say Marlen's gruesome death was the result of Clarissa's deep desire to raise another child after her own 20-year-old son, Xander, died of natural causes.
Damn.
She first told her daughter she was pregnant in October 2018, despite the fact that her tubes had been tied. Whoa. What? In December, the
So she's
46-year-old
just like crazy.
the 46-year-old also posted ultrasound pictures on Facebook of the baby she claimed to be pregnant with. Her boyfriend, okay, so Peter was the boyfriend,
Okay.
who he was charged with concealing the death, also appears to have posted the ultrasound to Facebook. However, the image was apparently created with an app that generates fake ultrasound pictures. What?
Why is that an app? Who the F developed that? Like, get out of here with
That's
that.
fucked up.
That is evil.
Marlen was first connected with her killer in a Facebook group for expecting mothers, where Clarissa posted in February that she'd name her baby Xander and shared photos of a decorated nursery. So was it fake? So was
Probably.
Xander
I'm
not?
assuming yes.
What the hell? I'm so confused. The two first spoke after Clarissa asked the Facebook group in March, quote, "Who is due in May? Where is the May mamas at?" According to the court documents. The two then began communicating, and Clarissa offered the free baby clothes and a stroller. Earlier, Clarissa had told Desiree, quote, she needed help killing a pregnant woman and taking a baby. Desiree, who allegedly confessed to police, initially refused and told her boyfriend.
And Desiree was her daughter, right?
Yeah.
Like, how the hell do you ask your daughter to help you kill somebody?
And why would they fucking do it? Like,
I don't know. Like, unless, like, I get it if your mom is, like, super controlling and, like, you are brainwashed, but at the same time, like, yo.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
So, actually, I think this happened in April, because it says here, Marlen first went to the house on April 1st. During the visit, Clarissa and Desiree, quote, kept acting strange and on numerous occasions went into a separate room together. But Desiree's boyfriend, who was also there, told the duo, he'd go to the police if they tried to kill Marlen.
Good.
After the expectant mother left Marlen, Clarissa told the boyfriend it was just an April Fool's joke. Oh, God.
Sure.
Clarissa and Desiree now face charges of first-degree murder and aggravated battery on a child and remain in custody. Quote, words really cannot express how disgusting and thoroughly disturbing these allegations are, Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson said at a news conference Thursday. That's a long, name.
Eddie Johnson?
No, like Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson. Like that whole thing.
That is long. Yeah.
Last sentence here's just kidding, not the last sentence. Almost. It says Marlen was married and also had a 3-year-old son. So she had baby already. Her husband, Giovanni Lopez, has been visiting his newborn son in the hospital, who he said remains in a coma. Oh my God.
He said, horrible.
We plead to God that he gives us our child because that is a blessing that my wife left for us. He said in Spanish alongside a translator. Oh my God, that makes me want to cry.
Poor baby.
That's so fucked up.
I hope that those women suffer. Like, I hope that they have to go to prison for a very long time.
I mean,
it sucks.
They killed someone, so that's like life in prison, isn't it? If they fucking murder someone.
I mean, it depends, unless like they take a plea deal, or like, you know, maybe one of them will like take a deal and then testify against the other person or something. You never know, you know?
Yeah, like the daughter against the mom.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Like the daughter, because the daughter's younger and like more impressionable, and like that's your mom. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But also, she's fucking 24 years old. You should know that even if it's your fucking mom, you don't do that shit. Like,
that's true.
Don't be an idiot, you fucking idiot.
I've been watching this show on Netflix today called Jailbirds. It's like a Netflix original, and it's basically just like about like women in jail and like stuff that they do. And I'm like, that's like feeling like full circle to me. I'm like, these people are gonna have to go through that.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen Girls Incarcerated? I think I told you to watch that before.
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
And it's like teenage girls that are like in a detention thing or whatever it is.
It's so interesting.
It is.
Like, I don't know. There's like so many things that are like that suck about jail and prison that should be fixed, but at the same time, it's like still should be punishment. But I feel like being locked up is like punishment enough.
I don't know, because okay, so like I know that in jails now you can use like Facebook and shit. Like you can,
I think so too.
You can like use computers. Didn't you say that there's a podcast of fucking inmates? Like how are they gonna make that? You know, like they have.
But I mean, like they have somebody from the outside like come in and like help them. I think like they just like record. It's like an extra responsibility in a way, you know, like a job.
Yeah, because I know that they have like school and they have like church and they have like activities, but it's like
it depends on where you are though, because like different prisons are different.
I feel like depending on what your crime was, you should be placed in a certain, I don't know how jails work, but if this
they have like, it's like kind of like that. There's like maximum security, like medium security, like chill prisons.
Yeah,
like there's
like,
all different types.
But I'm like, in a jail, do they have like different sections of like, okay, all the murderers are over there, all the drug dealers are over there, you know?
But there's like general population where like you go if you're like not a danger or like you're not getting in trouble, and then there's like ad sig, which is like you're alone in a cell and like you can't really come out for like socializing time. Like then there's like, I think you can be locked up like in the hole, which you're by yourself, or you're locked up for 23 hours a day and you don't get let out.
Yeah, that's insane.
But I don't know, like some people could be sentenced to like being like alone, remaining locked up with no socialization for like life.
Yeah.
Which is like just insane to me.
That's scary. It's really scary.
But I mean, like, they should have better, like, food and, like,
no, fuck no.
showers and stuff like that.
If you murdered someone, I think that draws the line. If you fucking murdered someone, fuck you. You do not get any sort of luxury. If you, like...
But it's not, like, luxury to have, like... It's, like, kids' lunches. Kids' lunches aren't, like, fantastic or gourmet by any means, but they're, like, meet the minimum requirements for like your nutritional needs. I feel like if you look at prison food, it's like straight up slop.
I don't think it's like that, actually. Like,
it really is. Like it totally is.
I'm sure they stepped up their game with it, but I don't know. I don't feel sorry for people that have murdered people. I don't care. I do. Don't, like,
they're still humans. It's like, imagine making a decision in like a split second, and then for the rest of the 80 years that you live in prison, you have to like suffer every single day.
I guess it just depends on like the circumstances, you know, and like their intentions. Like, if you accidentally kill someone, or like you killed someone because you were so persuaded to do it and like you didn't want to do it, like that's different, I guess. But I don't fucking know. I think like if you're just a monster and you're evil and you go killing people, like, then
you deserve to like have no contact with people.
Yeah.
In prison, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But like, what if you're like a mom and you're like in that Jailbird show, they were talking about how there was a mom who went on vacation with her son and she had a couple glasses of wine and they were driving back to like their hotel or something, and she hit an old man who was like already sick and like wasn't going to live very long. And now she was sentenced to 15 years.
Well, she was drinking and driving.
Yeah, like, I get that, but it's, like, a lot of people drink and drive, and they don't hit somebody, and they get away with it, and that person just, like, made a mistake one time on vacation, and then now they're, like, sentenced for 15 years. Well, it's, like, it's easy to be, like, I don't know, they deserve it, but at the same time, if you put yourself in their shoes, you're, like, fuck.
Well...
that could be anybody.
I mean, I guess that's just the law, you know? Like, if you hit someone and you're drunk while you're driving, or you have alcohol in your system, like, that's just...
yeah, it's like alcohol in your system.
That's just, like, the law. But at least she's not getting fucking life. But 15 years is a long time. But it's like, if you're gonna...
it's a really long time.
If you're gonna do something, like, illegal, like, there's gonna be consequences. You can't just go about life being like, oh, this is illegal and I'm not gonna get caught. Like, oh, I just had a few drinks, I'll be fine. You know, like, that's not how shit works. Like, then that stuff happens. You know, so...
I agree. I just think, like, it's stupid to like punish people that harshly that are like good members of society and like have never had any problems. It's like,
like a bad luck kind of thing.
Like, not even that. It's like, at that point you incarcerate somebody who has like a husband, kids, a career, a house, a car payment, all of these things, and then they can no longer make those things, so they're going to be in debt, like all of these issues. Now they're locked up for 15 years. They lose custody of their kids, lose their career, lose 15 years of like job experience, have a felony charge on their record. When they get out, they can't get a job anymore. What are they gonna do? Probably turn to homelessness or drugs. Like, it's just like a constant... it's a flaw.
Yeah.
It's like...
well, I mean, when you get out of jail, they give you money. They give you like a large amount of money.
They give you like bus fare.
No, they give you like okay, I remember I watched something and I think they gave the dude like 10 grand.
They do not do that.
I'm pretty sure that's what I don't remember what it was though, and like what he did or how long he was in there, but I know that's
maybe if they like
saw.
wrongly convicted you.
Maybe. Yeah,
so
maybe.
So I just looked it up. It's often $0 to $200, if that.
Where the fuck did
normally
I see?
It's called. Normally, it's like gate money. It's like a bus ticket and your clothing that you came in with. That's like what they send you out with.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I watched something that was that. Well, maybe they were like wrongfully committed. I don't know.
It depends on the state though, because it says like in California you get like $20 or $200, but in other states you get like less than $10.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm letting you go, but you each get $5 to take the bus. See ya. Don't come back.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, we're setting people up for failure.
Yeah.
The prison system is horrific. It truly is.
I don't know. It's hard for me to like really, I'd have to really like do research on it and think about it, because I mean, I feel like if people made a mistake like once in their life and they're good people, then like they shouldn't be so harshly convicted, but like they should also know that the consequences of like what they're gonna be doing, you know?
In a way, it's like kind of classes to like expect that everybody comes from like the same background and the same education, and that like their parents ever taught them that, because like a majority of our country doesn't know better. Like straight up wasn't taught that. So it's like we're setting them up for failure and to be like institutionalized for the rest of their life. Like I don't know.
I see, that's the thing, like I feel is like, because I feel like it's kind of common sense, like what's right from wrong.
I mean,
it's
in a
kind
way,
of common sense, like.
But imagine like living in like you're growing up in like a impoverished area where everybody's in gangs. Your parents are gang banging and doing drugs and like have men in and out of the house, and you're just like, this is my life. Like
this is all I
Johnny
know.
Down the street says like I can make money if I let him be my pimp, so like I might as well. And then you get into like a bad life, and then like all these things, like I don't know. It's like, I don't know. That's why I hate that the criminal justice system is so black and white, because it's just not.
Yeah.
It's really not black and white, like what life is, you know?
Well, shit. So we'll probably just save the other story.
Our stories.
Yeah, for next or in 2 weeks when we do our episode 8, since we went off on a tangent.
Also, write us your stories again.
Yes.
Please
do that.
Write us.
Now. Do that now. Whip out your phone. Oh, wait, you probably already have it out because you're listening to us. Or your laptop.
Exactly.
And type in our email and get to typing.
Exactly. Like, go next time you see your family, ask them if they've ever had any paranormal experiences or known anyone near them to be like murdered, or dig for the deets, guys. Yeah. We're putting this on your shoulders.
You know what we also would really like? If you like recorded it. If you could record yourself, like you don't even have to tell this, like type the story. You can even record it. Like record it, have the voice, send it to us, and we'll play the fucking clip. Like,
or if you guys want us to interview you, like I'm happy to do that. Like, or like even just ask you questions. Like if you want to hit my DMs, I'll ask you questions about like what I want to know.
Yeah. So
let us get the facts.
Yes.
The hard-hitting facts.
And that's at you're gonna email us to taleoftwodeadgirls@gmail.com.
Yep. Or you can don't email us or don't DM us your stories on Instagram, but if you just want to DM me or us or Kayla and ask us a question, it's just Tale of Two Dead Girls.
Yeah. The only reason why we don't really want the stories in our DM is just because we forget.
It's hard to like stay organized.
So we kind of just want it in the email. So well, anyways, hope you guys had a fucking great week, and hopefully you enjoyed this short episode of our Morbid mini series thingy.
We love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
And we'll meet you 6 feet under.